Please come listen to the community.
The big thing with the United States and our immigration, there's a lot of rhetoric in our country like, oh, why don't they just come here legally? Why don't they just do the right thing? Why do they have to jump the wall? We don't have a good system for that. When you're talking about people coming to the US, there's only a couple ways that they can actually legally do it. You can have what's called like a family-based immigration system. So that's like somebody marries somebody from another country, you can bring them in with your family, you can do that. Another way that people can come in is what I think we're most familiar with seeing on the border with people jumping the wall. Is asylum. So most of those people are asylum seekers and they come from all over the world. In Tijuana, we get a lot of people mostly from what we call the Golden Triangle, which is Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador. So we kind of start creating all these obstacles to make it even more difficult for people to come in. But when they all started coming in, the government kind of banded together with the Mexican government and the Mexican immigration people. And what they would do is when anybody came to apply for asylum, the US government would say, hey, we don't have the resources. We can't process this many people a day, which was complete BS. Like they absolutely did. They just didn't want to.
Casi 2 meses que los ayudaran en Tapachula para viajar hasta aquí a Tijuana, porque al hermano de mi esposa lo mataron, lo sacaron de la casa y ella vio cuando lo sacaron, entonces lo mataron al hermano como a unas 6 cuadras y como ella vio todo, entonces la amenazaron. No teníamos otra alternativa. Porque en el transcurso del viaje que trajimos de Tapachula para acá, entonces los policías la policía municipal los quitaron todo el dinero y bueno, lo único que traía yo solo eran 400 pesos mexicanos y los quitaron. Entonces nosotros como que Dios ya sabía, entonces nosotros ya habíamos comprado unas galletas y jugos para que él viniera comiendo tranquilo.
Well, overall, I got deported here when I was 24. That was in 2010. And that was a case that I had with my parents back when I was 7 years old. They actually had to voluntarily exit the country, which they never did. And then as I grew up, I pretty much paid the consequences of that. First one to get deported. So I was out here on my own, literally. At the end of the day, I was just a child when I arrived to the US. And I was trying to seek a court hearing or try to talk to a judge. Not only for my legal status, but because of the fact that I had a child at the time and she was 5. And unfortunately, I couldn't bring her then because her dad and I had a custody, sharing custody, which was 50-50. And in order for me to bring her to Tijuana or Mexico, I had to have his consent, which it just didn't work for him still till now. I haven't seen her for 13 years physically, so he doesn't believe in that. Crossing her over and letting her see her mom. It's been very hard, especially because of the border issues and everything that goes on here with that same matter. You know, we lose jurisdiction, we lose our mother's rights, and not just moms, also fathers who get deported. You know, we lose our rights, we lose that authority, we lose the co-parenting, everything, even the emotional, mental, physical aspect, we lose it all once you step into another border. So the border alone is something very traumatic for me, I think, because not only has it caused deaths, but it also loses a lot of connection from loved ones who unfortunately are or just have a undocumented status.